All right, so we got one more article that we're going to talk about. It is on housing starts that we were just talking about, maybe part of the solution. This one is from Housing Wire. Housing starts hit its highest pace since 2006. Single family housing starts ended 2020 on a high note, rising 12% in December to 1.338 million units pace. That's the highest pace since 2006, according to the Census Bureau. That's up 27.8% from 1 year ago. And remember, a year ago, we were talking about housing starts being up 13% above the previous year.
Right.
So 2020 will go down. This is a quote from Matthew Speakman, Zillow economist. 2020 will go down quite unexpectedly as one of the best years for home builders in recent memory, and proof that great challenges, and not just those posed by COVID, can be overcome with hard work and creativity. Demand for homes remains sky high despite still raging pandemic as people look to take advantage of historically low interest rates to find their next home. So you can see more about that article. Supply side headwinds will remain in 2021. That is Odetta Kushi, the first American deputy chief economist. Given the underbuilding that took place from a decade following the Great Recession, it will take years for builders to close that deficit. So that's kind of what you were saying too, is that it's not going to be an immediate thing, and it's definitely going to take years to ease up on the housing inventory from just builders themselves. So it doesn't look like we'll have a perfect storm with foreclosure moratoriums extended, with builders still lacking supply. But I did have fun making that argument during our special prediction show that we did at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
If you have something to add to that, I see some people with the party hats in the clubhouse. One of them just left. But if you are watching the clubhouse, you can just raise your hand and we can add you to the conversation. We are broadcasting live on Clubhouse and recording a podcast. So if you comment now, it will be added to the audio version of the podcast later. And it's still broadcast live on YouTube and Facebook. So people that are watching there can also chime in. Colin JJ Cameron, he commented on Facebook, said, I think Dan should do a video where he's an adult version of Chucky. What?
The correct sentence should be, I think Dan has done a video of that. What?
Have you already done a video?
I think you're missing what Colin's trying to say.
I probably am. Melissa Mara says, I don't think builders will be able to be part of the solution. They're continuing to build for the higher end in most markets with prices of materials going up. It doesn't help. Yeah, I mean, we have seen that. I know a couple of builders in our area that are starting to go a little bit lower because they can basically they break ground and show the plan and sell it. And they're making a really good profit doing it.
Well,
so
and I mean, think
have increased in the lower market.
Well, and think about it this way. I mean, if lumber prices and labor prices and land are higher and then labor or land isn't available, they're going to go to those areas where the price per square foot when you sell a home is much higher.
Exactly.
So it's going to be hard, really difficult to ease that lower third of the market.
Yep.
And on that terrible disappointment,
I do want to note that CoStar is trying to buy CoreLogic. That's interesting. There's a couple of other bidders in the game, but you guys know that CoStar announced themselves as a Zillow direct competitor and hopefully a purveyor of realtors in the future.
Yeah, a month ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a month ago. They bought HomeSnap. CoStar has long been a commercial spot, right? So they commercially people would list their properties there for a long time. And I think they're trying to become the residential version too, and a competitor for Zillow, something that our MLSs have never become unless you're in Houston.